Hello, I'm Richard Kyere Boateng. You can call me Richie Pee for short. I'm the CEO of iYouth Consult. The rates at which students fail at a senior high school level in recent years leave much to be desired. That is why I deem it necessary touching on the topic 11 things that lead to students' failure. As 11 major causes of failure in examination at the senior high school level unfold, you realize the sense of urgency needed for parents, teachers, students, and policymakers to listen and find an antidote to the disturbing trend which has befell the efforts being made by stakeholders in their quest of solving the menace. You'll notice that there is still more to be done. Have you ever taken pains to look at the root cause of students' failure? If not, sit down, relax as I walk you through the study. By the end of the lesson, students will be able to mention at least 11 things that lead to students' failure. 11 things that lead to students' failure are as follows. 1. Low self-esteem. Low self-esteem plays a major role in students' failure. It can stop them from taking initiative to learn, believing in themselves, and weaken their confidence level. It has the power to reduce average students' ability to zero, weaken their thinking ability, and finally kill the can-do spirit in them. Even when a student knows the answer, he or she still thinks that a colleague's answer is the right one. It leads to inferiority complex, where they see themselves as nothing and not worthy to pass the exams ahead of them. This finally gives them a failure mentality, thereby pronouncing to them that they are failures in the battle even before the fight begins. Low self-esteem can be detrimental to a student's quest of passing a summative test after years of schooling. If it is not dealt with, their dreams of climbing the academic ladder and ascending to the top in their academic pursuits can prove futile. 2. Lack of perseverance. Perseverance is crucial when it comes to life because life itself is dynamic, not static. It's a process, not a one-time destination. Due to this, there are lessons to learn, hurdles to climb, and challenges to be surmounted. Students must not have the notion that getting grade A can be achieved on a silver platter without putting much effort. They need to step up their learning strategies, do enough research, and find the needed strategies, techniques, and tactics that can help them achieve the ultimate. Most often, students don't persevere because they think they can make it by chance. Maybe they are not privy to the fact that chances come to the equipped mind. 3. Poor studying skills. Studying or learning is a skill that can be learned to achieve the optimum. Some students are born with these skills already, whereas others nurture these skills in order to make it to the top. Some don't make a conscious effort to seek assistance with regards to tactical skills and strategies in learning from their teachers, mentors, and colleagues who are endowed with these attributes, but they continue to battle with their old ways of learning, which does not yield good results. Due to this, they finally end up failing the summative test they have spent years preparing. 4. Focusing on examination leakages. I can say without equivocation that examination leakages has led a lot of students to wallop in failure. Most often than not, some of them don't prepare adequately because they have the notion that they will get leakages of the question. As a result, they channel all their efforts looking for leakages without directing their efforts towards learning. In view of that, no adequate preparation is done and they end up failing. But the crux of the matter is that most of the examination questions that come out as leakages are fabricated by people to extort money from the students and not necessarily to help them. In life, efforts directed wrongly can lead to frustration, failure, and at times imprisonment. 5. They don't take pains to read the instructions carefully. During the examination, the most important thing to do is to read the instructions carefully and understand it before proceeding to answer the questions. But some students in the first place don't take time to intelligently read the question, to carefully understand it before providing the right answers. Some of them are not privy to the fact that passing the exams mostly rests on how the individual understands the questions, because understanding the question is part of the exams. On the contrary, if care is not taken and the student deviates the question, the tendency for them to fail is very high. 6. Complacency on the part of students. When complacency engulfs students as a flame of fire, they result to be close-minded, begin to brag, and end up being overconfident without taking pains to prepare adequately towards the exams at stake. When the actual examination is due, they tend to struggle because when the question required in-depth knowledge, things does not go in their favor. It happens as a result of overconfidence. As the saying goes, too much of everything is bad. Confidence is good, but being overconfident can let you ignore important details necessary to enable you discuss issues holistically by providing adequate response to questions that may come your way. 7. Inadequate learning materials. Not having adequate learning resources such as class notes, textbooks, and other valuable resources that can aid a student in their preparation towards examination. If the student proceeds to the exams room to write the exams, the expected outcome may not be good. Assuming in exams you don't have calculator and you are not smart enough to get one from a colleague before the exams begins, your mathematical examination can be detrimental. We all know that before effective and efficient learning can take place, one needs adequate textbooks and class notes to study in order to achieve adequate preparation towards any exams. But most often than not, students don't even have these resources to start with. Due to this, the prerequisite knowledge that they need in order to weather the storm may not be at their disposal. So finally, they may end up losing the battle due to inadequate learning resources. 8. Misplaced priorities on the part of students and parents. If we use the scale of preference as our measuring line for measuring our priorities in education, it's crystal clear that our topmost priorities when it comes to attainment of educational excellence are buying of books and other educational resources. But the majority of students who fail don't opt for these resources. They will rather resort to the buying of material things like sneakers, mobile phones, just to mention a few, and also spend much time playing games and watching irrelevant videos that does not have much bearing on their academic pursuits. They end up relegating to the background what really constitutes academic excellence, such as textbooks, exercise books, audio and video resources that can augment the efforts of the teacher in helping them to achieve their goals. Others also fail due to the attitude of their parents. They neglect their duties as parents in helping their wards survive their quest of attaining academic excellence. Basic necessities that can help shape the child's journey to academic excellence are neglected on the basis of financial constraint. Meanwhile, within this constraint, some parents will be living luxurious life, from their dressing to their flashy cars and to their beautiful homes and their extravagant funeral donation, whereas their wards languish in failure. 9. Inadequate preparation towards examination. In order to be a victor in any academic pursuit, there is the need to set goals and plan ways of achieving these goals within a stipulated period. Most often, students prepare, but some of them, their preparations are not adequate enough to merit good grades because they are not able to cover the entire syllabus. Aside that, some students only learn effectively a day to the exams. Since they are not familiar with the content of the subjects, they end up finding it difficult to comprehend and recall from memory what they have learned during the exams. Due to this, they finally fail. 10. Relying on colleagues for support during examination. Some students are of the notion that invigilators will be lenient in the discharge of their duties. If it happens like that, they are sure of getting a colleague student who will redeem them from the challenges that will befall them during the examination. Finally, when the exams begins and the invigilators are strict, their so-called dream of passing the exams through the back door will be in vain, since there will be no room for examination malpractices. Failure then becomes inevitable. 11. Absent from class on several occasions. Absenteeism can affect the ability for students to comprehend what was taught by the teacher in their absence. When students absent themselves from class, there's the tendency that they will resort to a third party for explanation and subsequently copy notes from them. If the notes and the explanation by the third parties are wrong, it will definitely affect them negatively. Thank you for watching and listening. If your students are facing challenges in their academic pursuits, don't hesitate to call us. With iYouth Consult, it's our dream that students will be experiencing their vision and career objectives without any difficulties. We'll be more than happy to respond to your call and make adequate preparation towards the presentation that will stimulate students to step up their game in their quest of achieving the impossibility. The content of the video you are watching, entitled 11 Things That Leads to Students' Failure, was written by me. For inquiries, you can call us on +233 24 87 6622 or +233 5057 55110. You can subscribe to iYouth Consult channel by clicking the link below. Subscribers get the opportunity of receiving a link of our new videos in their mailbox. Thank you.